brewed with 1/3 real beer.
Wow.
But don't drink it. Just shampoo.
Hey there, welcome back. If you were a teenager in the 1970s, your parents didn't just smell like themselves. They smelled like the era, bottled in cologne, hairspray, hand lotion, and whatever Dad was using to slick back his hair. Number 1. Aqua Velva.
I get a warm, romantic notion
Lenny Kazan.
when you use Aqua Velva lotion.
Aqua Velva hit you like a cold slap, and that was the idea. This aftershave wasn't trying to seduce anyone gently. It was crisp, sharp, and refreshingly aggressive. What it smelled like, clean and bracing, with top notes of mint, lavender, and a blast of menthol. Underneath there was a little musk, oak moss and vanilla trying to soften the blow. But let's be real, the menthol was doing the heavy lifting. Every dad had a bottle of this on the bathroom counter. It was part of the morning ritual. Shave, splash, wince, and go. That icy sting meant business. Number 2. White Shoulders. White Shoulders was elegant, powdery, and unmistakably mom. If your mother wore this, you probably associate the scent with lipstick, Sunday dresses, and church. A classic floral explosion. White flowers galore. Gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, and lilac opened the show. It dried down into a musky sandalwood and amber base with just a whisper of powder. It wasn't flirty, it was poised. White Shoulders walked into a room like it had somewhere more important to be. It lingered on scarves, collars, and the sleeves of every special occasion outfit. Number 3. Old Spice.
When a man wears Old Spice, chances are he'll always get a warm reception.
Old Spice wasn't a cologne. It was an institution. This was the scent of dads who mowed the lawn in tube socks and read the newspaper in their recliners. What it smelled like, spicy and powdery, with clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a heart of geranium. Underneath there was a soft vanilla and cedarwood base, but it was always the warm, spiced top that made it unmistakable. Old Spice said, "I'm a grown man, I pay the mortgage, and I smell like confidence." If you hugged your dad and came away smelling like him for the rest of the day, you knew he was a loyal Old Spice man. Number 4. Jean Naté.
The sun makes everything smell so fresh and everybody feels so good. Just like Jean Naté. I call it bottled sunshine.
Technically a splash-on body lotion, but for all intents and purposes, it was perfume. Your mom might have kept a giant bottle of this right next to her curlers and Coty face powder. Bright citrus, lemon, and bergamot, with herbal notes of rosemary and lavender. The dry down had a soft, musky, woody touch, but it always kept that lemony sparkle. Jean Naté was like a pep talk in a bottle. Zingy, energetic, and perfect after a bath or before errands. It smelled like someone who had things to do and wanted to smell nice doing them. Number 5. Joan Musk for men.
Here is one of the bare essentials for staying sexy. Joan Musk.
This stuff was everywhere, and if your dad had a sideburn to cologne ratio of 1:1, he was probably wearing Joan Musk. What it smelled like, musky and animalic, with spicy carnation, citrus top notes, and a woodsy base of amber and tonka bean. It was warm, deep, and maybe a little too ambitious for the PTA meeting. It didn't just whisper confidence, it strutted into the room like it owned the place. Whether your dad was heading out for date night or firing up the grill, Joan Musk lingered behind him like a signature. Smelling something familiar? Take a second and hit that subscribe button so I can keep sharing more treasures like this one. Leave a comment with the scent your mom or dad wore. I bet someone else remembers it too. Number 6. The Avon lady came over.
Tempo is the spirit of the way you live. How you give each moment all you've got to give.
Avon introduces Tempo, a joyful new fragrance.
Your mom wasn't just wearing perfume, she was curating a lifestyle. Avon catalog sat next to the rotary phone, and the knock at the door meant two things: gossip and glamour. She wasn't heading to the department store, she was hosting one in the living room, complete with folding chairs, lipstick samples, and tiny bottles shaped like cats, slippers, or chess pieces. A 1970s mom knew how to make an ordinary Tuesday feel like an event. She wore sweet honesty to the grocery store, timeless to PTA meetings, and to a wild rose when she just wanted to feel like herself. Her dresser top was a forest of frosted glass and pastel plastic, and she knew exactly which bottle matched her mood. And if there was an Avon party, you didn't need to be invited. You could smell it from the driveway. Number 7. Dippityd, Dad's hair gel counts.
This year, fashion loves the big, big curl. The big, big curl loves Dippityd. Dippityd. Rollers cling to Dippityd.
If your house had a bathroom in the 70s, it probably had a squat plastic jar of Dippityd somewhere near the sink. Pink, green, or that mysterious clear kind. This stuff was part of the morning routine for just about everyone. It wasn't fancy, but it worked. Whether Mom was setting her rollers or Dad was taming a stubborn part, Dippityd promised hold, shine, and the faint smell of citrusy soap with a chemical twist. And in a house full of corded phones and shag carpet, that little jar kept things, hair included, right where they were supposed to be. Number 8. Soap on a rope. Gifted by children, used by fathers, forgotten in the shower stall. Whether it was pine-heavy or spiced like a candle shop in December, it was bold, foamy, and highly resistant to subtlety. Soap on a rope wasn't just soap, it was a Father's Day tradition. And the rope? Never used. But it sure looked fancy hanging next to the washcloth. Number 9. Brut by Fabergé.
That's just the way I am. I guess that's why I use Brut. I like the smell. I like the way it works, the way it lasts.
If there was one scent that declared man of the house louder than the lawnmower, it was Brut. That green bottle with the silver medallion was as common on the bathroom shelf as toothpaste, and just as essential. A bold mix of citrus, lavender, and anise on top, settling into spicy woods, tonka bean, and musk. Clean but commanding. A scent that didn't whisper, it strutted. If Old Spice was Dad's everyday armor, Brut was what he put on when he meant business. Sunday dinner, job interview, parent-teacher night, it didn't matter. One splash, and he was ready to impress. Or at least try. Number 10. Stson. If your dad wore Stson, he wanted to smell like Marlboro country, even if he never left the suburbs. Warm leather, sage, citrus, and musk. It opened with a crisp burst of bergamot, then dried down to a spicy, masculine base that said, I could saddle a horse if I had to. Stson wasn't flashy. It was rugged, earthy, steady. The scent of a man who changed his own oil and still opened jars for everyone in the house. Some of those scents are still around. Others vanished with shag carpet and console TVs. But the memories? Still as vivid as ever. One whiff of Jean Naté or Old Spice, and you're back in that hallway. Mom adjusting her earrings in the mirror, Dad jangling his keys by the door, the house buzzing with dinner plans and weekend chores. Scent may not leave a photograph, but it leaves something stronger, a feeling. And in the 70s, our parents wore it like a signature. Thanks for taking this trip back with me. Drop your favorite parent scent memory in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.